Sean, what are you doing?
I am not Sean. I'm the ghost of Halloween.
Seriously, we have an episode for PC Fix we gotta film. What are we doing? Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the green screen room. See ya.
It's your brother from another mother, your host, Sean Griffin.
And it is your sister from another Mr. Lauren Combs, host 2.0.
Yeah, man, we back here to do our top 5 Halloween movies. Y'all ready for this? You ready? Hey, first of all, talk about. You know why I'm gonna dress up for Halloween?
What?
So I can get me a boo.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go. You did. Nice meeting you.
Can you come back, please?
No.
All right, guys, so coming in at number 5. Don't Breathe, directed by Fede Alvarez. Oh man, let me tell you what, this movie starred by Stephen Lang. He plays as the blind man. All right, so Don't Breathe is about a bunch of, hooligan kids who looking to come up on some quick money. And, they won't do normal stuff like, go to work or, rob a bank, or stand on the corner with a sign and then hop in your minivan.
Right.
Yeah, things like that.
Makes sense.
So they see this old man that's just came up on a whole bunch of money and so they're like, you know what, let's go rob him. But guess what? He blind. How cold is that?
Ice cold.
Ice, baby. So man, this dude is like super blind, right? And so they actually go in to rob him and they find themselves in a whole nother entire world. I mean, I've never seen a blind man fight like he got eyes.
I mean, he was in the army. He had that sixth sense.
True,
so
true.
I feel like that was his strong point.
Yes, so you definitely have to check that movie out because a lot of crazy things happen. I mean, honestly, this dude could see in the dark. I don't even get it. He literally said, you know the saying, walk by faith and not by sight? That blind man did that, all right? He did that. He turned out the lights and he walked and he killed.
He killed.
Golly, I guess you could say those kids didn't see it coming. And if you watch the movie, that's like a double pun, so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Check it out, Don't Breathe. Really awesome.
Coming in at number 4, The Babadook, directed by Jennifer Kent. And the main character, Noah Wiseman, plays a little problem child, little kid. And he is known for making little trinkets, and it just pisses off his mother. And so he's running around the house, and one day, someone rings the doorbell and a book appears. And this book is a very creepy little book.
Creepy book.
Yeah. And so mom comes in and he's begging for her to read it for a bedtime story. She reads it, summons a demon.
First of all, I'm taking off my belt and he getting whooped. Alright.
Okay, well, this takes place in Australia, I believe. So that I don't think
also, what you saying, they don't whoop kids in Australia?
I mean, he was kind of bad. She never hit him in the movie, so.
Oh, it sounds kind of scary. Summon a demon by reading a book.
So that's like in the first kind of 15 minutes of the movie, and after that, it's not necessarily jump scares. It's just very unsettling. Lots of sounds and unsettling movements. It's kind of a heartfelt movie. At the end of it, they come together and you're kind of not on the kid's side at the beginning, but by the end of it, you're rooting for the kid and you kind of hate the mom, so.
I'm still gonna whoop that kid.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. But.
Well, coming in at number 3, Life. And I ain't talking about my life, I'm talking about the movie Life, outside the space life. All right, directed by Daniel Espinosa. Man, you got some dope stars like Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson. Oh man, she's so fine.
She's pretty cute.
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay. If you get a number, it's all right. Rebecca. I can't run like Ryan Reynolds, but call me. Anyway, the movie Life, man, it's about a bunch of guys going out of space. A couple scientists, playing with this little thing that looks like life, you know, a little
Which
creature.
you shouldn't do, ever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
if something moves in outer space, just don't touch it.
Don't even touch it.
No.
And this little thing ends up actually jumping inside of one of the scientists and transforming into something totally different. Like, oh my gosh, it is super crazy. I mean, this thing is fast, it's quick, it goes in your bloodstream, comes out, gets big. It's just a wild movie, y'all. Like, I don't even really know how to explain it. You just
I've
gotta
never
watch
seen it, but like listening to you explain it, like
it's like the ultimate sci-fi.
Sci-fi, yeah.
Yeah,
Space
like the
in general
ultimate-
freaks me out, so I feel like I'd just be uncomfortable.
You don't like space?
No, aliens.
I feel like I'm in space when I'm swimming because I automatically float.
All right, and number 2, Gerald's Game. So Gerald's Game was a Stephen King book that was written in the 80s or 90s, I believe, and they decided to make it into a Netflix original. And the book is very dark, so I was really excited to see this movie. So the director was Mike Flanagan. I've never heard of this director, so I was kind of doubting if it was going to be good or not, but as soon as I saw that Carla Gugino and Bruce Greenwood were in it, then I was immediately interested because they are very well-known and aging well actors and actresses.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Carla plays Jessie and Bruce plays Gerald, and the whole movie is about Gerald, hence Gerald's Game. So plot of the movie is their marriage is failing and they decide to get away to a little vacation home and kink it up a little bit with some handcuffs. Wife doesn't have it and she is not having his little rape fantasy that he's trying to portray. Yeah, it's a no-go for her. And so she says stop, and a little behind the scenes, she doesn't see it, but he pops a little Viagra before this happens.
God.
So he's already a little riled up. So as soon as she pushes him off and says, no, I'm not into it, he decides to have a heart attack while she's handcuffed to the bed. So he has a heart attack, dies, and she has a meltdown. And so she could probably have the worst luck in this entire movie. One, a dog comes in, eats her husband right in front of her.
Oh.
And then she starts, after that kind of triggers her to go into her subconscious and hallucinate her husband and her own self talking to her and trying to get her out of this situation. And it's, yeah, it lasts about 3 days for her. So, I mean, she's just, her husband is telling her all the things that she's doing wrong and herself is trying to like life coach herself out of it. I mean, it's unsettling because like there's a little monster in there called the Midnight Man, and he gets her. He licks her feet at one point.
I bet that was pretty hard for her to watch.
Can I just get there? One.
I thought that was good. All right, guys, coming in at number 1. Oh no. We got the movie Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele.
And this movie was really interesting to me because Jordan Peele was known for all his comedy shorts on Comedy Central. So I was interested on his take of a horror film just because I knew him mostly for comedy. And the person he chose as his main character was Daniel Kaluuya, and he played Chris Washington. And I had never seen this guy play in any other film. You said you have seen him play in other movies, but I was kind of going in blind on this actor. I've never seen him act before, but he was pretty impressive. He got down to it and he was very expressive. I was impressed.
And this movie is about an interracial couple that goes to actually visit the parents for the very, very first time. Now, we've all been in that situation before. We know what it's like. You know, black dude gonna go meet the white parents. I didn't want to say it, but that's what the movie like. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I just had to tell them what the movie was like. Well, anyways, the mom is like a super freak. Like, she can like...
Well, she was pretty chill at the beginning. I mean, the dad was more kind of unsettling.
Yeah, the dad was like a little... The dad's like a what, a doctor or something like that?
Yeah, he was like a brain surgeon.
Yeah, brain surgeon. Dang shame. And then the mom, she was like a psychic, I guess you want to say?
Yeah, she hypnotist.
Hypnotist.
Yeah, that was her specialty.
I will never drink tea again after that movie.
Or use a spoon.
Well, for the most part of the film, he meets the parents, things get a lot of crazy. It's really a mind-trippy movie. It's not really a lot that I can explain to you. You actually just have to watch it.
Right.
And after you watch it, and you think about to go visit your girl's parents, you gonna get out too.
Oh my God.
I'm probably finna get out now.
Go.
I'll do it after this episode.
All right, all right. Well, I mean, Get Out wasn't really a jump scary movie. It just kind of messed with you mentally, and it kind of made you sit back after the movie and just kind of like think about what you just watched. It was a lot of visual mind tricks and lots of play on words and sounds. It was interesting. You had to pay attention.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Very good.
Great movie. Get Out. Go watch it right now. If you ain't seen it in the theaters, because it's out of theaters, so go watch it on DVD. And thank you people for watching another episode of the PC Fix, because that was our top 5 Halloween movies you should definitely check out. And like I said, I'm your brother from another mother. Sean Griffin.
And I'm your sister from another mister.
And thank you for watching another episode of PC Fix, baby. We gone, because you just got your fix.
I didn't say my name.
Laura Combs.
Lauren.
Close enough.
No.